Welcome to our 5 top phobias video.
Please be aware that this video will contain some footage, some imagery and props that you may find uncomfortable if you yourself have a phobia, but we hope you find it really interesting and enjoy watching.
First on our list, Coulrophobia. It's believed that 8% of the population suffer with a fear or phobia of clowns. Where does that originate from? Well, there's been various creepy clowns and jesters throughout history, but the master of horror, Stephen King, the film It, and Pennywise the Clown.
So if you're suffering with coulrophobia, what we'd like you to consider is, just like clowns are synonymous with the makeup and the mask, a robber is often synonymous with the balaclava. You would never blame the balaclava, you'd always blame the robber and the person behind the balaclava, and this is no different. There's a person behind the mask. Don't blame the mask. And next on our list is Nyctophobia, which is a fear of the dark, and this is really common in childhood, with lots of people starting this phobia when they're little. They have a nightmare and they wake up and feel disorientated, vulnerable and scared because they can't see the parents. Another cause of nyctophobia is scary films and horror films, because they're always set in the dark and therefore a negative association is incorrectly made.
Just consider, if you suffer from nyctophobia, that the environment doesn't change whether it's in the light or in the dark. So if you're safe in the light, you'll be safe in the dark. And if it wasn't for the fact that you can close your eyelids at the end of the day and create some darkness, you won't get the healthy sleep that you need. Next up is Phasmaphobia, or the fear of ghosts. The word originates from the Greek word phasmos, which means supernatural being or phantom. The origin of this? Well, usually children's stories that become exaggerated about ghosts, or even as a child watching a scary movie that was 18 rated and you shouldn't have been watching it.
So if you're suffering from phasmophobia, what we'd like you to consider is your favourite childhood cartoon character and ask yourself, did you ever meet them? And if not, why might that have been? You see, to have a fear of ghosts, you've got to consider, do ghosts make headlines every day? Do we know they really exist? So having phasmophobia is like knowing that someone's telling you a lie, hearing that lie, and then choosing to believe it.
Next up is Phobia. Up to 31% of the population have this fear of snakes, and it stops them doing so many things, like going to certain holiday destinations, going to the zoo, or even taking a walk in the country. Where does this originate from? Well, usually films depict snakes as the bad guys, and also it can be something as simple as an elder sibling chasing someone around the house with a rubber snake.
So if you're suffering with the phobia, what we'd like you to consider is that a lot of people have snakes as pets, and nobody would put themselves at risk intentionally. And this could also surprise you, because you and snakes, you've got a lot in common. You see, if somebody tried to hurt you, then you would naturally defend yourself, and snakes are no different. They don't attack, they simply defend. And in position 1, we've got arachnophobia, with 4 times more women suffering with a fear of spiders, a huge 55% of women and 18% of men admitting to have some discomfort with spiders. So where's the origin of this phobia? Well, predominantly it comes from copying a parent, seeing them frightened and then passing that fear on. However, there's other installations of arachnophobia too, which can be a sibling teasing you or chasing you with a spider, or alternatively, on occasion, a spider jumping or falling on you and you being frightened.
If you've got arachnophobia, we'd like you to consider that how did you get that in the first place? But also, spiders are frightened too. They have 2 big anxieties and fears, and that's shadows, because even though they've got 8 eyes, they can't see very well. And also, they can detect carbon dioxide, and they're frightened of that too. So when you go close to them, that's why they run away so fast. Ask yourself, was it a spider that ever frightened you, or was it a parent who was screaming?
To watch more exclusive YouTube videos, simply click here and subscribe. I promise you won't regret it.